When the Japanese Naval Task Force left Japan bound for Pearl Harbor in November 1941, the Shinkoku Maru was one of a number of fleet oilers close behind. The ship was involved in many sorties in the coming years, even surviving 2 attacks by US submarines. But fate would find her lying empty at anchor in Truk Lagoon, where a series of torpedo and bomb attacks sent her to the bottom. Shinkoku's bridge sits only 12 metres below the surface, the metal framework covered in a luxuriant growth of oyster shells and soft corals. The immense size of the wreck means multiple dives are required to cover her from bow to stern. It was from here, in the bridge, that instructions were relayed to the engine room via the ship's 3 telegraphs. This was the ship's compass. A cluster of sea whips reach horizontally towards the light, blocking the path where crew walked the deck some 70 years before. Below the bridge are the remains of the hospital room, complete with operating table and sterilisers. It seems a pity that artefacts such as these bones and bottles are placed in positions that they don't belong, creating a contrived scene. I'd much prefer they be left in situ. Close by, a bathroom housing another of those classic bathtubs. Encrusted portholes line the walls. They hold a certain mystique for the ardent wreck diver. More than any other artefact, portholes are the icons of a shipwreck. Entering through the massive hole at the stern that sent the vessel to the bottom reveals a number of pumps and other machinery. Following the light from above, the path goes up past a switchboard and light fittings, eventually emerging in the ship's massive engine room. The visibility on this dive was excellent. Shinkoku is a very popular shipwreck, but clearly no divers had been here in the previous day or two. Passing over the walkway dividing the engine room, it is easy to imagine the engineers scanning the mechanics of the vessel as she made her way along. Parts of plating from the wall and sides have now fallen over the motor, but the ladders and companionways are largely intact in what was once the heart of the ship. This instrument is thought to have measured the flow of oil to the ship's main bearings. A doorway off to the side leads to the ship's machine shop. This grinder is just one of several pieces of machinery. Something caught my eye from above. A poor lost soul looking for a way out? Not that way. Here, in a compartment designed for revolving machinery, where the noise would have been deafening, I hung silently in mid-water, watching this turtle navigate the room. The ship's builders could never have imagined such an event. Out he went through the skylight, and we quickly followed. Positioned at the stern, another telegraph, this one with a speaking tube. The stunning growth covering the lifeboat davits is also evident on the top of the solitary funnel and all over the mast.
I must admit that I largely ignored the Shinkoku Maru for the deeper wrecks in the lagoon. On my last trip there in late 2024, I decided to do a return visit after passing by the opportunity to visit the wreck on many occasions. We were blessed with 20 metre viz, the best I'd ever seen on this wreck by far. Just have a look at the prolific growth on this rear mast. It's absolutely magnificent. With the excellent viz, I made my way down to the propeller, and the trip proved well worthwhile with some nice footage of the area. I first dived this wreck back in 1994, but it was only after my recent visit that I really got to appreciate the massive artificial reef this has become. Just another wreck in the many to dive in this magic place.